Coach Borges was talking about your improvisation and how you guys work a lot on that. Is that something that, but there's still rules within that, is that something that you enjoy, like trying to figure that out? And
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I have like skills that allow me to do so, and we do drills every day. It's the same drills to just work on it. I mean, it's obviously not as high tempo. Your blood doesn't get rushing as much as the real game, but it definitely prepares us forward and keeps it structured and not just running around.
You made a couple of those plays. You called them third plays. You made a couple of those last year. The Minnesota game was one. Do you feel like you have a kind of an instinct and knack for that? Is that something you like to do? Is it?
I mean, I just like to take what's there. That's what the good quarterbacks do. If it's not there, they improvise. Like Coach Borges always says, if you're a good quarterback, you make the plays that are there. And when you're a great quarterback, that third play where something goes wrong, you make a play there even still. So I feel like I'm doing a good job of that.
When did you start getting comfortable with getting to that level, that third play level?
I mean, I've always been a guy that can improvise. So I guess you could say that the Minnesota game, once I settled down and got a chance to, that third play, where I rolled around and everything and threw it downfield to Dilio.
Even though no one's allowed to hit you, do you sort of feel a difference in practice with the pads on?
Oh yeah, for the offensive line, defensive line, and on the perimeter, those guys are blocking hard. Michigan wide receivers really block. I'm sure you guys know that. So it's been really aggressive, and I like to watch it. Obviously I'm not a part of it.
Obviously, this was your team in the spring, Devin. But do you feel even more comfortable now after having a summer of being a leader and all that? Do you sense a difference now, or is it still the same as it was maybe now?
I mean, I get more and more comfortable every day. Just being around all these guys, and they're looking up to me. And we're around the freshmen so much now, and they're looking up to me, and I'm still able to be the same guy. They look at me like a teammate, not as like a authority figure. They respect me the same as such. But it's great. It feels great to be able to lead these guys.
Before the season, we talked about you and how much the stuff in the summer would benefit you. Have you seen tangible moments when you've done something that you didn't know in the spring, but then either Whitfield or one of the camps showed you?
I mean, I just been really a lot tighter with ball security. Keeping the ball tight, and a lot more, structure in that sense, and good footwork, that type of thing.
Ball security and decisions. We talked about those turnovers a lot. I mean, what do you do to stop some of that?
Don't turn the ball over and make smarter decisions.
Is that all there is to it, or is it something where in the heat of the moment it just gets carried away?
Make good decisions and don't turn the ball over. That's really all I can say.
Do you remind yourself to be more patient, like during the play or something? Do you notice yourself reacting a little?
I'm a pretty calm person to begin with. And the interception I threw last year, where like things were always just routed. I just made bad decisions. I'm always pretty calm, level-headed person during the game.
You feel like that gets better with experience?
Oh yeah, definitely. You can definitely be more calm when you understand what's going on, and Coach Borges is giving me a lot of liberty now to let me control the protections and things like that. So I'm feeling very confident in that.
You talked a little bit about that today, that you have a little more freedom to make checks and things like that. How have you developed, I guess, that mental part of your game?
I mean, it's amazing for me to help the offensive line and make the checks and change the protections, not even changing the plays, but just the protection, or I feel like a blitz may be coming from a different place. It's the things that all the great quarterbacks are able to do. So if I want to get to that level, Coach, he made it clear that's something I'll have to learn how to do. So I'm understanding it really well, and I'm getting better at it every day.
Is that just homework and film watching?
Film study, and right now we're just studying our own guys, until we get into a game week and things like that. So just studying our guys and seeing their tendencies and things, and knowing when blitzes are coming.
Is that something you weren't really comfortable with last year, or are you much more comfortable?
Just more comfortable with it. I wasn't much of. We had a very seasoned offensive line, you guys know, so there wasn't much protection changes I had to do. They pretty much had that handled. So with the young guys in the middle, I just want to help them out a little bit when I see things that they can't see, when they have their head down, snapping the ball, things like that.
How much more of a student of all this are you now than you were a year ago at this time, and how much more comfortable do you feel about just understanding offensive football in general?
I mean, I'm getting a lot of film study, and I think it's a big part of me graduating early, being able to be just, really a football junkie and able to spend a lot of time with Coach Borges, when we're allowed to, and being able to get in and watch film on my own. That's been great for me.